Welcome to 2023. This year, my word is proactive, but more on that in a sec. Today, we're diving into 2023 goals, and I'm going to give you some fantastic tools and resources to help this year be your best year yet. Hey everyone, my name is Jax. I'm a mum of two up here in tropical Darwin, Australia, and I create content for mums and business owners alike. Here, we chat all about balance, finding your flow, and raising tiny humans. Today we're getting stuck into some 2023 goals, resolutions, intentions, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to be sharing my goals and give you some resources on how you can set your own, and then I'm going to give you a few things that you want to keep in mind when you are setting goals. Let's get into it. We had a lot of things going on in the business, and it felt like we were constantly working and we didn't really get a break. Granted, at the beginning of the year, we did have a newborn baby and a 2-year-old, so it was a busy time. To be honest, I feel like I spent a lot of the year feeling burnt out, chaotic, reactive, just trying to figure out what to do next and which fire to put out first. My word for last year was monotask, which I reckon I failed pretty miserably at, and most of the time I would say I was multitasking. So this year, my word is proactive, meaning life is no longer happening to me. I am not being taken along for this crazy ride. I am here to take control and be in a more proactive state of mind. I'm not reacting to all the different things that are happening. I'm on top of things, I'm aware of what's going on, and I am choosing to take control of my life this year. Getting straight into my goals, here's a worksheet that I filled out. I have created this for you guys. You can download it for free. The link is in the description box below. It's on my website. It's just a template for our 2023 goals, and I've broken it up into 6 different categories. So the 6 segments are health and fitness, wealth and finances, business and career, family and relationships, personal growth, and then I have ocean family adventure, but on the templates I've put word for the year. So things that you want to focus on for the year, or if you have something else that you're doing on the side, you can include it here. Starting with health and fitness, my main goal this year is to run a longer race, so a 12 to 15K, somewhere around there. Probably going to be the Darwin City to Surf. It might be the weekend of the Darwin Marathon, I'm not sure yet. Haven't figured out the details, but that's the goal. I also want to stay active and go and do a workout twice a week. And then I want to be active most days. I'm also working on strength and mobility and flexibility. Still kind of getting my core back, postpartum. So just working on overall having a healthy relationship with my body. Wealth and finances. So the big goal for this year is to create some kind of runway so our finances are not in a fragile state, so that if anything happens with the business, if something like COVID happens, if one of us gets sick, if we have to go away, if all of these different things that might be out of our control, we have some runway there that covers our expenses. This is a huge thing that you hear financial planners talking about all the time, is just creating runway for yourself. So that's the main goal. And obviously removing debt and things like that, saving for a house, all sorts of things like that. But the main goal is improving our money mindset and our relationship with money, and not avoiding, being open and aware of everything that's going on and creating that runway for ourselves. Moving on to business and career. This year I am aiming to do 3 major creative projects. So if that's a feature film, if that's a short film, a docu-series, something that I want to do that's bigger than just a YouTube video, and whether that's self-funded or that's with someone else, or that's like the short film that we did at the end of last year. I just want to focus on getting 3 projects this year that are not our standard corporate clients. We're also trying to diversify our income this year, so things like courses, things like mentorships and workshops and facilitation on top of our videos and other things like that. Jessie's looking at doing some sound work, and I'm going to be doing a bit more remote editing. That just frees up our time a little bit more, and our location as well, so that we can travel a little bit more this year, hopefully. I am planning to do a monthly date with Jessie and then a monthly date with the kids as well, individually. So we want to try and maintain those monthly intentional times where we take them to do something fun with just us and them. On top of that, I've also put down to love motherhood and to speak highly of my children. I think it's really easy and it's really common, especially with social media, to just say crappy things about your kids and to always be complaining about them. I'm trying to be more intentional, because I think that even if it might feel harmless or they're not even around, they can't even hear what I'm saying, the words we say subconsciously affects how we end up feeling about our children. So I'm working on being more positive and speaking more highly of them. For personal growth this year, my main goal is reading 12 to 15 books and doing more things for me. I've already hit 2 books this year, which is I'm off to a great start, and I will be sharing everything on my Goodreads account this year, so you can follow me below. I'll pop the link in the description as well for that. Doing more things for me is just taking control and understanding that I don't have to sacrifice everything for my family, when usually my family is very supportive of the things that I want to do anyways. And on top of that, I also want to continue this from last year, not bringing my phone into the room at bedtime, so just leaving it out here on charge when I go to bed, so it's not with me. I'm not scrolling first thing in the morning and I'm not scrolling last thing at night. I noticed a really big improvement in my mental health last year when I was doing that as well. I have a few platform goals, but the big goal for 2023 is I want to get monetized on YouTube. So that means I have to hit at least 1,000 subscribers and at least 4,000 watch hours. So hopefully by the end of 2023, I will have been posting consistently enough and I will have grown my audience enough. I would like to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I would like my Instagram to be at around 6,000 by the end of the year. I also want to start up a newsletter and get blogging a little bit more and grow a bit of an email list too, and sell some products, because I have lots of ideas of ways that I can help and value that I can bring. So it's about getting that out to you guys so that you can be supporting me and this channel. These are my big goals for the year. I love creating videos like this because I love looking back on what I was hoping to achieve, how I thought the year might go, how people are reacting to different things. I love seeing that at the end of the year with hindsight and being able to see everything that life threw at me that year. So that's why I have created this free downloadable for you guys, so that you can fill out your goals for the year. And if you want to, send them to me in an email and I will personally check in with you every quarter this year to see how you're going, see how your goals are coming along, and if you need any help with anything. I just really want this to be a great year for all of you. Now onto some resources. Firstly, I want to give a huge shout out to the Ellen Fisher podcast and the Hey Shayla podcast. They're probably my most listened to podcasts of 2022. There's a particular episode that was recently posted on the Hey Shayla podcast that is with Tess Romero, and she is a motherhood coach and she has a really positive motherhood mindset, and I found it so inspirational, and it's really what I'm taking into this year. And so I will leave that linked below for you to check out as well. Definitely recommend it. And my number one book recommendation of the year is not a book that I have read recently. I actually read it probably, I think, back in 2017. But of all the self-help books that I've read, all the productivity books, all the business books, this is the one that has stuck with me the most, and it is called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. So if you can get yourself a copy of that, then definitely read it. I highly recommend it. I've written down 5 tips to help you get the most out of your goals this year. Let's just dive straight into it. Number 1, things are not that hard. I know sometimes we spend all this time thinking about all these tasks that we need to do, or we think about this one project that we want to do and it just feels so impossible. But if you just get started, oftentimes it's actually not that hard, or even it's something simple and it feels like this huge task. You build it up in your mind. You know, doing the washing feels like a task that I just am constantly like, oh, it's so hard. But really, if you just count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up and just go and do the thing, it's usually not that hard. Number 2, listen to your mind and body. Of course, do the hard things. We want to encourage doing hard things. It pushes you outside of your comfort zone. It builds confidence, so then you can continue doing hard things. But also, don't force yourself into things if you know that that's not what you need at that time. If you need to rest, you need to rest, and you need to listen to your body. I think that a lot of people and society is coming out of that hustle culture, and we're more into the, oh, everyone's burnt out now, so we need to rest. And I think it's really important to just listen to your body and your mind and what it's telling you it needs. Number 3, you know yourself best. It's really easy for people to send you all of this information about how important it is to wake up early and get up at 5 a.m. and have this perfect morning routine, so then you can get straight into your day and work for 2 hours at a time, or 20 minutes at a time, or 10 minutes at a time. The truth is that if you want to find a study supporting a different way to work, you will. And really, you know yourself the best. If you need to do a few little tasks to get onto your big task, then you do that. If you need to do the big task first, so then you can reward yourself with the little tasks, do that. Just figure out what works for you and just trust that you know what you need best. If you work better in the morning, work in the morning. If you work better at night, work at night. Obviously, there's different things available to different people, so you've got to do what works within your situation and your circumstances. But just know that you know yourself best. And if someone's telling you that you have to get up at 5 a.m., otherwise you're going to be a failure, just know that there are plenty of people who don't wake up at 5 a.m. who are also successful. It's not the be all and end all, and there is studies to prove anything. Whatever you're looking for, you will find it. But just trust yourself and know that you know yourself best. Number 4 is habit stacking works. Take a habit that you do every day, like brushing your teeth, and stack on a habit like making your bed, and just watch how you are able to keep that habit and to have it stick. It's something that really, really works. If there's something that you're trying to do and there's something that you always do, no issues, no questions asked, pair them together and see what happens. And you can keep adding to these as well over time. But remember that habits can take a long time to form. So just do one thing at a time, go slow, and try stacking and see how you go. And number 5, the slight edge means something. Don't go into 2023 just trying to do a whole overhaul of your life and I'm gonna change everything. And then if something fails, you're like, oh my God, I am a failure, and that's the end of it. The slight edge talks about every decision that you make is either putting you on an upwards trajectory of your life or a downwards one. And it compounds over time. And it can take a really, really long time before you actually start seeing that increase. So stick with it and choose the better option every chance that you get. I really want you to succeed with your 2023 goals this year, and I have really, really big plans on how I'm going to be able to support you and help you achieve your goals this year. These will be announced in the coming months. Everything's kind of taking shape right now. I'm super excited to tell you more about it when I can. In the meantime, subscribe to my channel and head to my website if you need any other support or tips for the new year. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.